Hello everybody, how you doing? And welcome to another Mythic Plus and what to know about them. I am Lord PeteyTV here to give you another little bit of introduction. First of all, make sure you hit that subscribe button here so you can see when we get all of our news that are coming out, all of our videos and everything that's going on. So let us see and continue. So what are our Mythic Pluses here? So the Mythic Pluses for week 23 are going to be Tyrannical, Incorporeal, and Spiteful. So what does that mean? So Tyrannical means the bosses are going to have more health and do more damage. Incorporeal means that these are going to be these spawns of guys that are going to go out, that are going to like pop up. And if you don't take the debuff off of them, what's going to end up happening is that they're going to reduce the damage and the healing of everybody by 50%, and then it'll stack. So you want to make sure that that is, taken care of super quick. So that is that. The next thing that we're going to get is Spiteful. As we all know, once non-boss enemies die, they're going to have these little things that are going to pop up and they're going to chase people and they're going to do some damage to them. So when that ends up happening, you're going to want to make sure you get some distance or make sure you have a range group. Now, they do lose health over time, but they are going to cause some problems and a little bit of issues to the group. So this week, I would think it is not going to be too bad of a week. And the reason why I could say that without really even thinking about it is that the Spitefuls are probably the hardest thing to deal with because you have to CC them and you're going to have less time going to be getting out of combat. But the positive is if you can end up blowing down a group and just blasting them real quick, then going into a like, the next pack while the Spitefuls are running after you, so you don't have to wait. And your healer's good on mana. And let's be serious, there's a couple of a couple of healers that really don't lose mana. I think it's really going to be good. I think that the biggest hold downs now are essentially going to be your bosses that are going to end up doing a lot of problems for you. So would I consider it a push week? I don't know. I really haven't talked to the guys yet to kind of get an idea of it. Do I think it's an easier week? I think it's a little bit of an easier week. But other than that, I don't think it's too bad. Now, we'll just talk about dungeons real quick. So because of the problem with Spitefuls, lower level groups are not going to be able to properly deal with them. So you're going to want to really, really be careful of that when you're going into that and picking your group specifically. Now, as for the groups, Brackenhide's going to be a little hard because the bosses are going to be hard and there's lots of large mob groups. So you're going to have lots of Spitefuls when you pull those. So be careful there. Freehold is the same thing. You have that second boss and the third boss, which are really, really hard to deal with under the tyrannical affects, but you have a large group mobs that you're going to pull, for instance, that first group that you pull in Freehold. So you're going to really, really want to be careful of that. So, so the next thing is Holes of Infusion. The bosses there are just annoying to deal with, and them just having large amounts of health is just annoying. As for the groups of mobs you're going to be dealing with, that isn't going to be too bad. There's a good deal of them around, but they're not going to like drive you crazy or give you problems. So be careful there. Netherian's Lair, you have a little bit of an issue with them because some of the group mobs are pretty large and some of the bosses are really annoying to deal with. But overall, I don't think that that's going to be really hard because once those groups of mobs are going to die and stuff like that, and you're going to move over to the next boss, it's going to be easy flow and work really well for you. So I don't think that's going to be too bad for you. Now, Nefarious. Now, where Nefarious is going to turn into a problem, I think it's just the wing where the hammer guys are, because you're not going to have much space to move because you want to make sure you don't pull certain groups. So you got to be really, really careful there. I think overall, the bosses there are annoying to deal with. Like the last boss, you're probably going to have to hit them with like, in higher levels, like 3. You normally hit them with 3, but like I'll probably say 4, maybe even 5 relics before you can get rid of that debuff. So you got to be really, really careful there. Uldaman, like the last boss is annoying to deal with, even on higher levels. But overall, it's not too bad. I think you'll be able to flow through that pretty nicely. I mean, some of the group mobs you're going to pull are going to be problematic because they don't have anywhere to go. And when you pull those groups, you got to be careful because obviously you're going to get your Spitefuls. You don't have much place to run, so be careful there. Underrot. The only place I'd be worried is around the I call him Cragmaw, but it's the wrong name. The second boss, because you're gonna want to make sure you don't pull the boss or pull extra groups with the Spitefuls running after you. And there's the side mobs that if you pull them on accident, you're gonna have problems. So you got to be really really careful there. Um, so yeah, and that second boss is the only really annoyance in that place. So as long as you can kind of get everything under control, that place should be a real easy, like just sweep through real easy. As for Vortex Pinnacle, let's think about Vortex Pinnacle. Vortex Pinnacle, the mob groupings are relatively small except for two or three, and the groups towards the end. So you don't really have to worry about the Spitefuls there. Um, the first boss isn't bad. You just can't get touched by anything. Make sure you're using interrupts and a rotation, and you'll be fine there. The second boss is just annoying because of having everything, just being blown around. And the last boss, you just gotta make sure you're rotating your defensives and stuff like that. And you'll get through that pretty smoothly and easily. So I don't think overall everything's gonna be too bad, but you'll be definitely able to get it done. So yeah, so keep an eye on that. So I want to say thank you all very much for hanging out. I greatly appreciate it, for checking out our videos, for coming into our Twitch channel. As always, we're live Monday through Friday on twitch.tv. We are Lord PeteyTV is where we are there. We have our channel here, Lord PeteyTV on YouTube. We also have Gaming Fire with Lord PeteyTV, which is our gaming channel, where we kind of put the top 3 news things that are going on right now, and we try to do that twice a week. And then after that, we have stories with Lord PeteyTV, which should be coming out in another week because I just finished doing my first draft over, so we should be good there. So yeah, other than that, everything is great. If you're looking to support the channel, please make sure you subscribe to us here. You subscribe to the other channels. You go to Twitch, follow us, subscribe to us there. Use Lord PeteyTV at sub2r. Also use it at Rogue Energy Drinks if you're using those types of drinks to help support the channel. And also we have our merch store. So all that stuff is in the description below. So thank you all. I greatly appreciate you coming in and saying hello. I will see you all soon, and I'll see you on the channel. All right. Dream big, keep gaming. Have a fun, fantastic rest of your week, and good luck on your vaults. Bye, everybody.